Hi, welcome to Clonmel Osteopaths. I just want to talk about why we're here and what we're doing today. We have a Daisy clinic on today, which is a combination of things. It is a special needs children's clinic where children come here from a wide surrounding area, from all over Ireland actually, and they come for osteopathic treatment with us, and it's run on a charitable base, so it's donation only. And the reason why we have it is children with special needs have a lot of complex concerns and needs and need ongoing care throughout their lives, and it can prove expensive. And so I set up this clinic in 2009, which is 10 years ago now, in order to treat these children on an ongoing basis. So what is osteopathy? Osteopathy is a comprehensive mechanism for treating a wide variety of conditions. Primarily it's a hands-on treatment, so we tend to take thorough clinical examinations, thorough histories, we're kind of problem solvers. We're trying to work out how this body is not working to its maximum and try and find ways in which this body can do so. So when we're working with complicated conditions, there's a lot of different factors that are involved, especially when we're working with children. What we are focusing on is their potential, and what we're trying to do is unlock their potential in physical ways. And the treatments can be fascial or work with the structure in terms of manipulation, but more often with children it's much more gentle, fluid techniques which are supportive of the child system. So in the very basic treatment of a child or a baby who has had complicated, difficult delivery or shock in the birth process, and they've got a lot of compression in their head and they're irritable, colicky, reflux. There are various parts of the skull that can be compressed and cause problems, especially in terms of colic and reflux, and we gently release them. And in babies it's very easy to do. Their bodies want to go back to normal, and what we're always doing with any child or adult is trying to find normal again, and normal is the perfect blueprint for someone's health. And things come along in terms of illnesses, accidents, operations, trauma, emotional, physical, and compromise us as a whole. And what we do is try and unlock that potential.
Iarla has global developmental delay and delayed milestones. So we were referred to come here by another osteopath in Dublin. So we travel down from Kildare at least once a month to visit the Daisy clinic. Service is fantastic. Everybody is great, really nice people, very open and friendly and responsive. I really feel like Iarla is coming on a little bit more every time we come here.
Well, Molly had feeding issues when she was born and lots of digestive issues. So we came to Clonmel Osteopaths. I've used him before for my other kids and we've had great success. So our first hope was to come here. The level of care is fantastic. Everyone is so nice. There's such a lovely atmosphere here. And Molly is a little bit slow to treat, but that hasn't been an issue here. We've been welcome back every time, so we feel very welcomed.
Hi, I'm Linda and I'm a receptionist here at Clonmel Osteopaths, and I've been here at the practice for over 11 years now. I love the variety of my role. For me, being the first point of contact for patients is very important. I love the interaction I have with people, and no 2 days are the same really. I've built a good relationship with our regular patients and I feel they appreciate the care we provide here. I organise all appointments for the osteopaths and ensure that they have what they need for the day ahead. Our osteopaths treat a wide variety of cases, and some of these are complex. It is wonderful to see the difference we can make to people who are in pain and need our help.
Tom is 18 years of age, and he suffers from a condition called Coffin-Lowry syndrome, which affects his overall development, but mostly his balance. He has very poor balance, and he suffers from drop episodes. He can drop quite easily. And we found out about Ian was referred to us a number of years ago through somebody in the medical profession. It must be at least 14 years ago, that recommended him highly. And we started coming to Ian, and thankfully we saw an improvement in Tom's balance and in his overall mental capacity. So we're still coming because, like, Tom's condition it's not something that's going to get better or go away, unfortunately. And in the meantime, he's had other complications. For example, scoliosis, for which he's had surgery. And when he was going through his surgery, the surgeon remarked how quickly he recovered and generally how good he was. And I accredited that to a lot of the treatments he had got prior to the surgery from Ian.
We've been coming since he was this size to Ian when he was based inside in the town. We've been coming all the time. I think coming to Ian regularly has made Eve's development, how would you say that she's reached her potential much better. Her speech has always improved. All the little side effects from having Down syndrome have always improved after a visit. All the congestion in her head, all of the issues to do with her thyroid is another one that he treats regularly.
Nowadays, we, have people struggle with what it means to be healthy. What does that mean to people? If something's wrong, we can go to the doctor. But if we want something that enhances health, if we want something that's going to support health, where do we go to find that? And I think one of the things that interested me around osteopathy and coming here was that it's all about how we can do that. How can we enhance health? How can we support health in the body? Medicine has a lot that it can offer when things go wrong, but we also need to be looking at how we can make sure that there's somebody following the health and where that is and how we can find it and how we can support that. So I qualified a number of years ago, back in 2001, and from that time I was always interested in working with children, and I worked in Dublin in a clinic there for a number of years, running a mother and baby group much like the one that's here, and I loved it, and I've always had an interest in children. So because I always had the interest, I thought it would be really useful to have a qualification, to have a specific qualification. And Ian was running a course here in paediatric osteopathy, and I was interested, so I got in touch, and in 2015 I think I came down here, and I haven't left. I'm still here. I haven't wanted to leave, because I think the Clonmel Clinic offers something very special, and I really like to be a part of that.
So we run a 3-year diploma course in paediatric osteopathy for graduate osteopaths, and we have people coming from all over Ireland and some from the UK to do this 3-year course with us, where they learn clinical skills and how to treat complex paediatrics cases. And we're on our 3rd contingent, so as we've been going for 10 years, and it's going very well. And what is wonderful about it is there's a group of us who are working together, sharing our understanding and developing our clinical skills as a team and as a group. So every member brings something to our understanding. So we're all learning. And so I've been teaching pediatric osteopathy for 25 years all over the world. But every time we come in, I'm learning something. We're all learning together, and that's what's the wonderful thing about it.
It's a 3-year training course, so they start at the beginning, and I think they often see children that they think, oh gosh, I wouldn't know where to begin, I don't know how to help. And then as the course goes on and the years go by, they become more and more confident and more able to help and support and really work with not even just the child but with the family. And then off they go into their own practice and start working, even setting up a little children's clinic in their own practice. So it's a really lovely sense of growth and development, not just in the children but in the students and in the practice of osteopathy. And I'm one of the English osteopaths, and I come over for the Daisy Clinic the night before, and then I work with Ian, helping the students to learn how to work with the children. So many years ago, I think maybe 20 years ago, Ian and I had trained together. Originally, we trained together at the British School of Osteopathy in London, and then we'd work together in Kent with our teacher. And then some years later, I was in Cornwall, and Ian wrote to me and said, I've had an idea. I'm thinking about setting up a children's clinic because there's lots of children in this area of Ireland who can't really afford to come for osteopathic treatment, and we could set up a clinic, a non-profit making clinic, and you could help me run it. So I thought, oh well, that's an interesting idea. Anyway, so that's what we did. We started it off, and at first it wasn't here, it was in a school, I think, in Clonmel, and gradually the students started turning up and more children started turning up. And then after a while, Ian said, you know what, I'm going to move it out to here because it's so much stiller, there's more nature, it's easier for the children.
I started off doing biomedical science and went back to college and trained as an osteopath 11 years ago, and I've been working as an osteopath since. I didn't want to work in a lab for the rest of my life. I wanted to work with people, and didn't want to spend my life giving people exercise to do, like physio. So I really like the hands-on approach, the way osteopathy is so holistic. We look at the entire body from head to toe, and we look at all the systems, not just the bones and the muscles attached to them. So it's a really great way to work with people, and we see the results every day, so it's great.
The Daisy Clinic, I came here, even though I come from London, because it's just reputation, and it's just stunning here. It's beautiful. It's a lovely environment to develop my cranial osteopathy skills, and I get a really wide range of patients to work with. And both Mary and Ian are very supportive and nurturing and helping me to develop my skills.
Well, as I said to you, I work in Dublin, and Dublin is a busy place. It's a city, and so, you know, I think people in Dublin, because the pace is very fast, find it hard to tune out, and rest. Take breaks, pause. One of the attractive points for me coming down here was that this is just in an environment that encapsulates all of that. It encapsulates the sense of peace, quietness. It's like a little retreat. I mean, just sitting here, for example, listening to the birds and just looking at all the greenery and the trees. I think when you're sitting in an environment like this, it automatically creates a shift in your body. You can feel how your body starts to slow down. And when you can meet that in a person's system, you're already on a winner, when you're going to be treating people.
Oh, of course. Well, you see, we're from a country, and from Tom's perspective, coming here, it's just coming like from one house to another house. It's not a medical appointment per se, where you go in and you've met with immediately the medical facilities and everything so clinical. That's not the case here. It's a home from home. You could say if you wanted a cup of tea, you could get a cup of tea. You know, it's definitely, and the setting is gorgeous. It's A1 now, setting wise. So it is.
Hi, I'm Anna.
and Ian invited me here to Clonmel Osteopaths to help set up the garden. We decided to create the sensory garden at Clonmel Osteopaths for the children to encourage play, to stimulate their senses. It's a great place for them to play and relax, all the while experiencing many different colours, textures and smells. All the children love the garden and really feel at ease here.
Well, Dylan has developmental problems that are being solved by a variety of intervention steps. School does some of them, traditional medicine does some, and osteopaths provide him a chance to relax and to focus on positivity. That's how I would put it. He likes coming to a practice where he's not being jabbed or prodded, where the noise is low and where the environment's pleasant. He comes away with no headaches. Sometimes we show up here with a headache and it just goes away, just being in the environment.
And how do you find everyone down here? For more information on the Daisy Clinic and how to get involved, check our Facebook page at the Daisy Clinic at Facebook, or give us a call on 052 61 388 00 at Clonmel Osteopaths. Thank you.